Hey everyone, NWA Prepper here, sitting in awesome traffic. I know you may be sitting in traffic as well. And one of the things that I just feel like I should say is, well, first, use your blinker. And second, learn to drive. I'm not the best driver. I certainly know that. I do occasionally break some traffic laws, never intentionally. And there are lots of ways that I like to do things that I wish others would do. And I know you feel the same way. There are things that your driving pet peeves, things that make you think of, I don't know, weaponizing a vehicle, or that maybe that's me. When my kids were little, and I say that, my kid today, if somebody is cuts us off or going really slow or passes it a million miles an hour or something that we notice, when they were little, and sometimes even today, they'll go bzzz, bzzz, like a buzzer sound. That has no relevance to this video, but there it is. So what the purpose of this video is, if we get upset about the little things like driving in traffic today, and I don't mean like, oh my goodness, I just got cut off, you know, or I don't mean just regular shocked. Oh no, what was that? I mean, if you get so angry that you seriously think of chasing someone down and cussing at them or screaming at them or throwing things at them or more violent things, and you gotta find some way to calm yourself. You gotta find your zen. I don't like traffic. I don't like traffic. I certainly don't like when it doesn't flow like it's not flowing right now. But there's nothing I can do about it. I can choose an alternate route, which doesn't always work. In this particular case, it wouldn't work, because those other routes are just as clogged. And like I said, it just doesn't help. Get your blood pressure up, gets you angry, it gets you feeling not yourself perhaps. And if that happens today in something as little as traffic, how are you going to handle it when there are big things going on? During a disaster or an emergency? That guy's angry. So you gotta think. You've got to find your ways to stay focused, to stay calm, to stay collected. And you need to do that now, so that when there are other emergencies going on, you're prepared. You can deal with it. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people. I used to have I still have an anger issue, but it used to be bad. I mean, but I've learned some ways to relax. I've learned to step back for a moment. Nothing I need to say has to come out right that second. I can put some thought into it, and I can try to think of the repercussions, not just for myself, what are the consequences of what I'm about to say, but what are the consequences for the people I'm saying it to. And that's, to me, is often as important as the repercussions to myself. It may not always be that way, but currently I worry about how people are getting along. I don't care if they're not happy. because I can't make everybody happy. But I can usually keep from making people feel worse. For the most part. Sometimes I can't, I guess. Sometimes people just don't like us, and so that they get upset. But you've got to find those ways now, when there aren't big disasters in your life. When you're getting a paycheck, or when there's money in the bank and there's food in the pantry, and you can drive to the grocery store for the package of noodles you forgot, or when you need a cup of coffee, you just go make one. When you want a soda pop, you just go get it. A Coke. You can just do those things now. And it's hard. I mean, controlling your emotions. I'm certainly not the best person to say that I control my emotions, because I don't. You guys see it here sometimes that I don't. But I'm working very hard to be mindful of the repercussions. Today, short of somebody being mad at me and driving away or walking away or blah blah blah, being angry, doesn't really have a lot of repercussions. If I'm in a business deal and I smart off because I think they're not doing very well, or I don't think they're very smart or smart enough to answer the question or whatever, and I smart off, I lose a business deal. Okay, not necessarily a big deal. I do that later, and I'm not just losing a business deal. I'm losing a trade for medicine for my children, or I'm losing out on an ally that, once we got to know each other, could be a very important and very beneficial ally to have. And you've got to think of those things. I mean, not so much today, but if I don't know how to deal with conflict today, how am I going to manage it later? And particularly if you are a group leader or a family leader, then you need to learn how to deal with conflict. And it sucks. Man, I hate managing conflict. I don't shy away from it, but I don't like it. Of course, in my job, both of my jobs, my full-time and my part-time, conflict's kind of a thing, so maybe that's why I don't like it so much in my personal life, is because I have to deal with it so much professionally. I'm sure that's the deal. But I don't know. How do you manage conflict today, and are you prepared to manage conflict later? I look forward to your feedback on this one. Let me know what kind of things you have in mind to manage your conflicts. Let's get ready.